up guys, welcome to a new video, and today we're here for some more Need for Speed Payback, and today we have more build stuff. So today we're going to go ahead and customize this 911 RSR into the Blackbird, the Wangan Midnight Blackbird. Some of you guys may know the car I'm talking about. If you don't, I'll put a picture of it now. Kind of an iconic 911. It's one I've built previously, so I thought why not go ahead and do it again in this video. I want to make a quick disclaimer. Obviously this is not going to be a one-to-one representation. I kind of had to make do with some of the parts that are in the game. I was tempted to put the RWB kit on and go for that route, but I thought a lot of people probably going to end up doing that, so I decided to go a bit of a different route. It's a bit skinny, you'll see when I'm actually making the car. It looks a bit skinnier, but regardless, I think it looks relatively decent. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments saying that this is not accurate. I'm aware this is not accurate. Another issue with the car that I was trying to recreate, obviously the Wangan Midnight, 911, has multiple variations. Sometimes it's got black rims, sometimes people have done it with, gold rims. There's a lot of variations, and no one's 100% sure on what the car actually looked like unless you do proper, research and digging. And so I kind of just did a kind of an inspired build around the car. Anyway, I've rambled for long enough. This is the 911 RSR, one of the most overpowered cars in the last game. If you played 2015, you will know that if you were doing grip at least, it was between this or the Beck Customs, both of which actually return in Need for Speed Payback. And I can actually say that this isn't as OP as it was in the last game. I know a lot of people are going to have issues with that. I know a lot of people are going to be confused. Is it as bad as it was in the last game? And I can say it's definitely nowhere near as OP as it was in the last game. I can say a lot of the cars that were overpowered in the last game, for example this, the Huracan, have changed dramatically. During my limited play session, obviously I only had 8 hours to record and play everything. We didn't manage to customize and max out every single car. I was kind of focusing on just getting these builds out, but whilst I was doing that, I didn't really notice any specific cars being overpowered. I don't think that's enough time realistically to kind of discover overpowered cars, but I did try my best to go into cars and try out everything. I didn't personally find one car which just goes over everything else, but then again, like I said, 8 hours isn't really enough to explore every single car and actually have a good go of finding the car for each class. And I do think that balancing is definitely a thing which is important to Need for Speed Payback, and something which they've actually worked on quite tremendously compared to the last game. I remember the last game, drifting around in the Huracan was absolutely atrocious. That was the only car you could do it in. As well, this time around, things are very much different. Anyway, as you can see, we've still got all the RWB parts from the last game. Again, this is one of those cars that doesn't really have too much new customization. This car really kind of, one of the core strengths of this car and the customization for this car is the fact you can mix and match. In the last game, you struggled to mix and match. You couldn't put RWB fenders and then put on like a Porsche front end. It wasn't really like that in the last game, but in this game you can mix and match a lot of parts, and that opens up a lot of possibilities. I know that's something which a lot of people have been confused about. In my opinion, having loads of parts is cool and stuff, but the fact we can mix and match really kind of does matter a lot more, to me at least. Now you can see what I mean by the front looks a bit skinny in this specific screen. Again, not on purpose, it just doesn't look skinny. Again, I kind of had to make use of what I had. We had limited play time and we had limited time as a whole, but I think I made this look relatively well. I didn't want to go the RWB route. I know a lot of people have seen a lot of wide bodies since we've, started going to getting gameplay of this and stuff. I've tried to make it as kind of different as possible, and this was the final build. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I had a good go of that. Again, the front end's a bit skinny, but besides that, I think that's a very good representation of the car I was trying to build. But anyway, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you did, make sure to go ahead and hit like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe and peace.